What up, what up, what up, everybody? What up, what up, what up? Let me know y'all can hear me loud and clear, man. Y'all, welcome to New York in Your City's Live Podcast. Y'all don't know who I am. This is New York, and I'm in the building. What's happening, y'all? I appreciate y'all waiting for me and whatnot and rocking with me. I was making sure my guest of the night, my guest of honor, had good connection and whatnot. We kind of went over a few things because he said, man, he's liking how this whole stream goes or whatnot. And I was just on the other end. But, man, I appreciate y'all for coming in rocking with your boy. And believe it or not, it says it's about 40-something people in here. I was in here waiting before I got in here. I was like, wow, I definitely love that. Love that. Stupid Fast Truck, what's happening? He said, you hear me loud and clear. Appreciate it. Me and Gene in the building. Me and Gene, what's up? What's up, bro? Glad to see you in the building. Man, you know, prayers out to you. I know you was going through some things and whatnot for what you had told me. We ain't going to speak about it on here because I don't think everybody know your business. But I will say this, prayers, and I'm glad you're back here with us, bro. Glad you're back here and you're doing good. Marco Leon in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up? Man, I got to run through the list, man. I got to go all the way back up to the top. I got to scan all the way back up to the top because, like I said, everybody came in there early. And you know me, I like to give a shout out to everybody that come up in here. Mr. Random, appreciate you for coming through. Mr. Beats, I see you. Mr. Fluffy, I see you in the building. Appreciate you for coming through. Yes, bump elbows. Yeah, boom, boom. Yeah. I see you. I see you. I see you. Man, I definitely got to give a shout out to this dude. This is one dude right here that I want to try to get on the show coming up. So we definitely going to talk about it. That's Underfed Coyote 5.0. We definitely going to talk, y'all, because the thing about it is I don't just discriminate on one set of cars or whatnot. Some people think that I love all cars. And so I had some people message me, man, you need to get people more on, you know, that has something outside of a Chevy and a Mopar. Well, look, I'm going as I'm going down the line. You just got to stay tuned. They coming. So, yes, Underfed Coyote 5.0, yes. We do need to talk so I can get you on here, bro. We need to talk so I can get you on here. Also, I have to shout out to Miss Chris RC. If y'all don't know, yes, I'm internationally known. She's out in Hong Kong. And I know right now Hong Kong is what time? Let's see. If it's 7 o'clock here Central Time, it is 9 a.m. on Wednesday there. So shout out to her for rocking with me and whatnot. Shout out to her. Oh, man. Also, shout out to Charlie the Tech fan. I see you in the building. Appreciate you for rolling through. But man, I got to shout out to myself and tell everybody smash that like button. Yeah, smash it. And also got to shout out to, oh my gosh, she finally made it to my live. She made it. Man, shout out to Miss Sharonda, the goddess. She made it to my live, y'all. Y'all don't know, check out her channel. She's doing some great things, man. I appreciate her for letting me join into yesterday before I did my live for my birthday, which we're going to talk about again today as well. She was playing some games and whatnot. Man, I was having a good time. Playing some games. So shout out to her for letting me come through for that. And, you know, let me come into a podcast and play the games and whatnot. I had a great time. Man, also, man, I can't forget about my dude. Shout out to Silverback in the building. Silverback, that's my dude right there. Shout out. He said, y'all hit that thumbs up. Appreciate you for rolling through, Silverback, as always. That's my dude right there. Salute. Also, shout out to Miss LXS. If y'all don't know who she is, she's been on the show before. She was on here yesterday, shouting me happy birthday. And she's doing a lot of great things with not one, but two SS. She got a 96 and a 95. I'm like, man, I need to get on your level. Get on your level like real quick. Also, I can't also not forget, shout out to Queen B sharing out my stream. Shout out to Queen B, my first person who ever subscribed to me, period, ever. And also my first mod. I appreciate you rolling through like you always do and putting the hammer down and doing what you do. I appreciate it. Also got to appreciate my dog right here. What's good, fam? Still grinding. Man, yes, sir. Still grinding. Y'all, I'm going to kind of run through them real quick because I don't want to keep my guests waiting too long. Hello, everyone. Oh, Miss DD in the building. How you doing? Appreciate you for rolling through, Miss DD. Appreciate it. Salute. I appreciate you for rolling through. Yeah, she has rolled through to come chill with your boy and whatnot. Make sure I ain't miss nobody else. Oh, man, can't forget about my boy, Mr. John 613. What up, Mr. John? I see you. Also, my dude, Catfish in the building. Yes, Catfish is in the building. Appreciate the Catfish rolling through. Man, I appreciate rolling through. That's my dog right there. And also the G family's in the building. I don't know if it's just one part of G family, everybody, but I always shout out the whole G family. Shout out to y'all down in OKC. Hopefully y'all doing great. These are my folks right here, y'all. Y'all go check them out. Man, I see you doing some things at Monte Carlo. We're going to talk about it when you get done. We're going to have you come on here and talk about it. We're going to have it come real soon. I know it's coming. Woo! Boy, make sure I ain't forget nobody. Let's see. Oh, yes. Hold up, y'all. Comments just going so damn fast. Man, my dog. I know he's on live right now, but shout out to my dog. Hey, Petro Atlanta, that's my dog right there. Sell, love you to death, bro. That's my dude right there. Is that what we talking about, man? We talking about some great things, Sel. I know you're on live right now, but y'all don't know Sel will be coming to the channel real soon. If y'all don't know who he is, check out his channel. He's gonna be coming to the channel real soon, and I'll be coming to his live real soon, coming up here soon. Just depending on how things go coming up, as far as me going to Atlanta to be on this live, but I'm gonna be on there real soon. We're gonna work that out. Also, I know I kind of skipped over somebody because the comments just rolled by so fast. Shout out to Sucker Free RT in the building. Yes, he will be coming to the live coming up here soon. Yes, he will. Yes, he will be coming to the live real soon. Also, shout out Miss T Rose. T Rose, I saw your comment go by. It went by so fast. I'm sitting there trying to look for a shout out to you. Man, shout out to Miss T Rose, y'all. Shout out to her in the building. That's my dog right there. Even though she's a lady, that's my girl right there. She's real cool as hell, y'all. Rexman 100, I see you late. Oh, no, you right on time, bro. You right on time. Appreciate you rolling through. Oh, there go Miss T Rose. Yeah, okay, Miss T Rose. I know I saw you roll through. Said no live tonight, just watch you tonight. Okay, I thought I saw a live come up. So I'm sorry about that. I thought I saw a live come up. Man, I appreciate you rolling through. That's my dog right there. Love that dude to death. I guess we got everybody. Like I said, y'all, it is showtime. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody at all. We're going to go ahead and get going, go ahead and get moving. Y'all coming to the stage. Real quick, y'all coming to the stage, man. There's a dude that I met while I was down in Dallas for an event. And when I say y'all, good dude, real good dude. And I was like, man, I got to bring you onto the live, talk about what you're doing, talk about what you got going on, because he got not one, he got two cars. He got two vehicles, and they some bad vehicles, man. We're going to sit here and talk about it. So coming to the stage. Hold on. I got to bring him to the stage, right? Yes, coming to the stage, y'all. Mr. Determined Veteran in the building. What's happening?
New York, what is good with you, man?
Man, what's good, man? First of all, Determined Veteran, I want to say thanks for taking time out your busy schedule to come through and come rock with your boy. Like I said, I know I wanted to get you on hand. Some people was like, Veteran. Then when I put up the whole thing, it was like, oh, those some bad cars. So we're going to talk about the cars. This is somebody y'all need to know, somebody you know about, because not only does he have some of the baddest cars, he drags races them too. And somebody said he drag races? Yes, he drag races them too, so we're going to talk about that. So first of all, I want to say this before we get started. I want to say salute. Thank you for serving our country. And I know it's kind of hard, being out there and being away from family and whatnot, but I definitely want to say salute for serving our country and putting your life out there on the line for us to be out here and be safe.
Man, I appreciate it. I apologize. I'm sporting the veteran 2-day growth, not shaven. My name is Jack from Determined Veteran. Yes, I am an Army veteran. I retired back in 2016. I made the permanent retiree list in 2018. I was injured, so I'm a Wounded Warrior alumni. I take all my proceeds that I get from YouTube. Thank you, Underfed. Shout out to Underfed. Even though his car is slow, it should be slow Underfed Coyote 5.0. I love that brother. He's been following me since I was under 100 subscribers. But yeah, so I take so the whole Determined Veteran thing got started after I got out of the service. I was medically retired, and I really didn't have anything to do. So, for instance, I'm unemployable. So because of my injuries, I'm not able to work. So I was determined to do something, right? I couldn't ride on my motorcycle all the time and everything. So Determined Veteran was born. We started. What's that?
I said people don't know that side of you either, riding motorcycles.
No, I've talked about it a few times. You and I talked before we went live. It's cool that we have a lot of things in common that we didn't realize. I grew up around the motorcycle world. I still have family in clubs. I was in clubs for a long time. It just got to a point in my health I couldn't ride my neck and back. So, that phase of my life ended. About 6-7 months after that, I started pondering with the whole YouTube thing. And I actually collect hot toys. So I'm a big comic book nerd. I'm a gearhead, but I collect the 1/6 figurines. So I started doing that as my practice to do YouTube. So I was like, I don't want to show my ugly face. I've got a drooping eye from stroke and everything. So I'm I'm kind of self-conscious. So I started doing that. People realized I had a ZL1 in the garage because I'm a Camaro guy, man. I've owned many Camaros. My favorite generation is still the 4th gen. I had 2 of those. I was rocking the Z28 back in the day. Sold it for a motorcycle. Go figure, right? So the 6th gen Camaro came out. I kind of sat on it for a little bit, just trying to figure out. I was retiring and everything else. So money. I didn't know how my retirement was going to go, right? I didn't know my VA disability rating. So I have a mortgage. I have a son. I have a wife. I have responsibilities. So, I kind of sat on it for a little bit. I got the ZL1, owned the ZL1 for 8 months. And my buddy, shout out to Speed Addict 731, who's a huge, you'll find out here a little bit that him and Xander, real good friends of mine, so is Pony 1992. But Xander and Ken will be helping me do the twin turbo kit on my GT350R. So we'll talk about more in a little bit. But anyway, so I started rocking the ZL1. Ken's like, hey, man, go make a ZL1, right? Go make content your ZL1. And I'm like, I don't know, man. You know, you're good at it. Xander's good at it. All these people, like, whatever, right? He said, just go ahead and do it. Pony, 1982 in the house. What's good, brother, man? So anyway,
right up.
Yeah. So anyway, you know, all these people are like, say, hey, Jack, do a YouTube channel, do the car stuff, yada, yada, yada. And I did. And I sucked at first. You know what I mean? I sucked. So anyway, it's rolling where it is now. We did about $5,000 toward charities last year for veterans charities. Big shout out to 22kill.com. They're a veteran organization that helps veterans outside the VA with post-traumatic stress disorder, traumatic brain injury, which I have both, according to the VA and the Army. But anyway, make a long story short, that's the whole reason why I do Determined Veteran. I was determined to do something, and so Determined Veteran was born. So my slogan is the DV doesn't stand for Disabled Veteran. It stands for Determined Veteran. And big shout out to all my fellow veterans in the house. I had a lot of people actually contact me on Instagram last night. I guess they jumped over from your stream.
They did.
And, you know, I was very touched. And a lot of people, what my audience knows, I don't discriminate with anybody. You reach out to me, I'm going to talk to you. And I have about 3,000 followers on YouTube. Like I said, I've been doing this right about a year now. There's some assholes out there, but there's some cool guys too. Hey, Speed Addict 731 in the house, man. I appreciate it. Salute to all the vets. Absolutely Mean Gene Customs. But yeah, man, I'm just an average guy. I'm from Texas. That's my home of record. I retired in Texas, so I'm really fortunate. My wife is still on active duty. She's a sergeant first class, E7 like I was. She's in recruiting command right now with this invisible enemy, you know, the Chinese virus the president keeps talking about. Well, that shit has shut down all of Army recruiting operations. So for the last 2 weeks, my wife and I have been hanging out here in the house. That's why I've been kind of slow on content. My wife's around, you know, husband and wife do certain things in their off time. You know what I'm saying? And my son is actually in the Army now too. He is a combat medic in training at Fort Sam Houston here in San Antonio, Texas. So his code name is Little DV. My wife is Mrs. DV. I'm DV. And my father, who's a Vietnam veteran and special forces operator, is OG DV. So that's how I lay out my family dynamic. So thank you very much for having me on the podcast. Hopefully I don't bore you too much because I really don't think I'm all that interesting, but it's always cool to meet people like we did in Dallas. I had a great time at Herman's event. I wish the car would have run better, but you know, stupid fast truck in the house. What's going on, Mike? Definitely the car we're tweaking the tune, but anyway, it's not my show. I'll turn it back over to New York.
No. It is your show. I'm just hosting it. You the guest. This is your time. So that's why I was like, when we get on and talk, go ahead and roll with it. But okay. One of the things I do want to get into, yes, the event definitely was a great event. I had a great time. For those that are in here that were there, I know Ms. T Rose is one of them that's in here. Oh shoot, what up, Boosted 931? I see you in the building. There's a couple.
Another combat veteran in the house.
Yes, and yes, I am working on him coming to life. Somebody said you need to have him on. Yes, he's coming too. He's coming soon.
He's country as fuck. He's country as fuck. So you gotta get a translator for Tennessee accent. Okay.
Oh man, I live in Atlanta. I think I live in Atlanta. And I know Sel is in here watching. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. So one of the things I did want to get into, you know, with that, I know I did see you run there and you were having some troubles and whatnot. Did you end up doing anything different after the event was over with? Did you do a different tune, anything, or add any modifications?
So we did a belt swap because I was dying on the backside of the track. So I picked up after all my mods. So let me just run down my modifications for the ZL1. So we're full bolt-on, just simple bolt-ons, methanol system, and a fuel system. So we run about 800 real horsepower and just about 1-to-1 on the torque too. I think we're like at 775. So don't quote me. And horsepower to wheel about the same torque. So the belt slip issue, right? So we went back, got the new belts on. Unfortunately, because of this invisible enemy, I haven't been able to get the tuner because he's too afraid to come out with all this crap going on, which is cool. I mean, social distancing, it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. So we have not been able to get the car fixed, but we're not even able to run the car right now. Everything is, I mean, South Texas is no different than where you're at in Atlanta, my friend, because everything is shut down.
I'm actually in Kansas City now.
Oh, Kansas City. Okay, my bad.
I'm right up the road.
Yeah, you're not too far. Matter of fact, I was stationed in Minnesota for a couple of years, and Kansas City was my halfway point. So I'd always stop off there, hang out in the hotels, because all the little highlights and everything. It's a great little place to be, man. Well, I say little place. It's a big city, but it is a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah, it definitely is. Definitely is. I mean, I love it here.
Yeah.
Everybody, New York and go to Atlanta and then in Kansas City. Hey, money makes you move. That's what it was.
Yeah, money makes you move, and you never know where you're going to end up in life. You know what I mean? Home is where you hang your hat at. You can be home anywhere you're at. You know what I mean? You got to be comfortable. Soon we'll be leaving the confines of Texas because my wife is coming down on assignment. We're probably going to end up moving to North Carolina. So I've lived in North Carolina before. I'm very familiar with it, and I'm looking forward to it. Sure. Yeah, I've lived all over the U.S. because of the Army. So, not all over the U.S., but I've probably been in every one of the states overseas, our commonwealths and everything else. Man, I traveled a lot during my time in the service, but now I'm ready to just sit down and do nothing. I'm tired. That's what I told my wife. You're retiring after this. I ain't moving no more. They're gonna bury me in this damn house when we move into it. So, yeah. Just checking in New York. Salute all the DB like me. There you go. 100%, my friend.
Yeah. Yes. Also, somebody just asked me in a private chat, what is a ZL1? A ZL1 is a Camaro. It's just an additional Camaro. And for those that don't know, the ZL1 came with the LT4. For those that have been following me, yes, that is the same engine that's going to my Deuce and a quarter, except mine came out of a vet. Mm-hmm. So the same, another person asked below that, I don't know if you can see that, it's under the private chat, under the Q&A by the private chats. They also asked me this. They said, man, let's talk about that Camaro before you leave off of anything else. Did you do any pulley changes?
Yeah.
When you and whatnot?
Yeah. We did a 2-3 pulley. We did a very minor pulley down because I think it's like a 2.5 or 2.65 from factory on the blower. Yeah. And we did a ported blower from Kong. So we're trying to maximize. I mean, really, the car is just, like I said, bolt-on, ported blower, meth, fuel system. We haven't even done Frankenstein heads or cam or anything like that in it yet. The problem is we do all that. We're going to be deep into the nines, and I got to spend, $2,500 to $3,000 on the cage, which I really need a cage right now. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to keep the car as streetable because, tomorrow night there will be a Hellcat that's calling us out, and he wants to run in the jungle. So I'm down. I'm gonna run them, man. I haven't raced in a couple weeks. I'm like, it's like a drug, man. You're just like feeding for it. Like, I gotta go fast. But yeah, who's ready? Who's ready for racing besides me? Hell yeah, I am boosted 931 for sure, RJ.
I think we all are. And I know one of the things somebody had just asked me, well, that's the same engine you're doing. What all did I do? What all did I do to mine so far? Let's see. Converted over. I went with the Holley EFI Pro Charger first. I switched from that because we were going to have clearance issues for my hood closing. Mm-hmm. So then I switched to the Pro Charger. I actually love the Pro Charger I have on it now. It's still the same amount of horse.
Are you keeping the stock blower on it with the Pro Charger? Or are you just doing bottom end?
No, everything's getting changed. All that, well, it's already changed already. It's sitting on the dyno stand. It dynoed at 1532 to the rear wheel. Yeah, to move that big body, but we're going to have to cut it down to probably about 1,200 through the streets. Pounds of boost right now is only at 12.
Holy shit.
So, and it's not even the race, it's to move a big car. I mean, the Deuce and a quarter is a big car. And I just wanted something to be able to move. And when I came across that deal, I couldn't turn it down. For those that follow me, I know they like, oh, you talking about that Deuce and a quarter again. Yes, I'm talking about that. And yes, with things that have gone on now, it has slowed down my build. And yes, KJ, yes, 1,500, yes, but it's going to be cut down for 12 for the street. Even though, for those that don't know, the vets came with different modes. So mine is programmed for ABC mode. A is just regular street. B performance. C all out, and that's what it's programmed as now. And it's going to be running.
And what he's talking about is in the HP Tuner software.
Yes,
we have Tour, Sport, and Track. and it's actually in HB tuners. It's A, B, and C are the different functions. So
that's what I have.
If you're not familiar with that, that's what it means. Also, too, with it coming out of the vet, you have a different ECU and you have a different TCM because the vets are different than the Camaros. So you if I don't get pictures after the stream of that build, I'm gonna call bullshit.
You know, I've been keeping that under wraps. A lot of it, I've only leaked. The only thing I have leaked is when I took it out, when it came out of the vehicle, and when we cleaned it up, and that's all everybody saw. That's it. Because I was keeping everything under wraps to do a whole big thing of that, because I haven't even had it installed yet. Anything. Shout out to Scott at Scott Performance. He's the one that's doing my whole bill and whatnot. And I just been keeping it on the wraps because I wanted to put I wanted to put together a little documentary and then throw it up here.
I got you. So that's why a lot of pictures haven't floated and everything. Yeah,
that's why a lot of pictures haven't floated, because I was like, I didn't want it to get leaked. And then my folks over there, they real cool with it because they're doing some stuff for Tech 9 as well. And even when I went over there, I couldn't film anything because they had his vehicle sitting there. And they're like, we can't have none of his vehicles leaked because he's going to do a big unveiling during his concert, during his tour. So I had to basically breeze by that to get to my engine that was in the back.
That's going to be mighty impressive. But again, pictures or don't count. I won't leak them.
Okay.
I won't leak them.
For you, I will send you. I'll send you a couple.
Okay. There you go. We're having all this good conversation about LT4s, and I'll tell you what. Push rod engines for the win, right? Incredibly strong. And if people, you kind of knew the platform, and LT4 is basically a beefed up version of the LT1 with a blower on it. With that being said, my wife's bringing me a Dr. Pepper. And big shout out to Dr. Pepper. If you want to sponsor this podcast today, contact Determined Veteran and we'll make something happen. So anyway,
that would be nice.
I'm telling you, it would be that Bud Light. I drink more Bud Light and Dr. Peppers for some reason in my old age. I prefer the Bud Light though. But anyway, the LT4 is such an incredible engine. It can handle. It's a torque monster, and you need torque to get out of the hole, especially with drag racing. Right now, we'll talk about Mustang stuff. Ken's writing something. This is slowing down everyone's build. We'll be glad when things.
Yeah, he's talking about what's going on out here now. Yeah.
But I'm telling you, they're torque monsters.
Yeah.
They are torque monsters, and people don't understand it. Again, I'm running about 800 horsepower. Go watch my drag racing videos, and you'll see I wear a neck brace to keep my neck from snapping. Of course, I had 2 bad vertebrae in my neck, but that's one thing I love about the LT platform, the LSAs, the LSX. They're just torque monsters compared to the Coyote or the Voodoo.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I was so amazed for. That torque was over 2,000 pounds, and I was just like. He was like, yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. So my drive shaft is actually carbon fiber. My U-joints are bigger than my hand. The yoke is ridiculous. And my gears on the rear, I got 373 now, but he's like, we may go ahead and put these 411s in there because I'm running 26-inch wheels. So
yeah, I was going to say,
it's going to cut down to 373. So he said, we'll wait till we get your car in. He said, we'll get Matt to change that 1, 2, 3 while we doing this up here. Because the thing about it is a lot of people already know Scott used to work for NASCAR. He worked for Richard Petty and a few others.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, he used to build engines in Concord and in Charlotte, which is
there you go. Yeah.
So for him, everything's fast. So we was mocking everything up with a 76 Caprice 4-door frame that they have there. Donor vehicle, basically. We was mounting everything up because it's the same big B body and making everything work. And man, I forked over a lot of time and money with that bill. And
it's a marathon, not a sprint.
So everybody's like, it's gonna happen. I've been working on this. I'm working on this for a while because at first I had an engine, a 6.2 out of a 2015 Escalade. I sold that engine when I came across this deal, and it was a whole vet that was wrecked. And I basically took the engine, everything out of it. I sold all the parts I could off of it to pay for parts that I bought.
Are you adopting by chance? Because I can clean up and look younger, and I can be your son.
Man,
Because you can go as
it,
fast as your pocketbooks will allow you.
well, a lot of people didn't know, and this is my first time even saying this. A lot of people didn't know. I was actually saving up, and I talked about this before, beginning when I first started doing lives, before I even started interviewing anybody. I basically interviewed myself. I was saving up to buy an old school car.
Really?
And this was before my dad passed, way before he had passed. He called me one day out the blue. He was like, "Come get the deuce in the quarter." I'm like, which one? You got 4. Come get the 76, the black and white. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, come get it. Man, stop playing with me. I'm not going to come down all the way down there to come get it. No, come get it. Because people keep asking me about it. I keep telling them it's your car. Because it really was my car, period. Which, hold on, story I talked about before. And I went down there, picked it up. I drove from there to my buddy house in Atlanta, chilled out there for a minute. Then I drove 12 hours to Kansas City in the car. And when I got it home, I was like, wow, I was saving up this money. And now I got to tell this guy that I'm not going to buy his, he had a 75 Caprice Classic convertible. He wanted 15 for it. I was saving up the money. I mean, saving. I finally got the money up for it, told him I was going to get it. One of my good buddies that live here in Kansas City, he ended up buying it. Because I turned him on too, because I was like, wow, I got this money. Let me turn around and put it into this car. So, and, get it all the way right like I wanted to. First, I was just going to leave the engine that was in it. And I was like, no, I want to put something else in it. I need something to kind of move this body. I'm not trying to race it, but I want to be able to have some power when I need it. So, met up with this one guy. He turned me on to, I was working with him at the time. He said, man, you need to meet my brother-in-law. Man, that's all he does is build engines. So, he had me go out there to meet him. His name is Scott. Scott Performance here in KC. And when I met him, the first thing, Pony stupid. The first thing that was said to me was,
I see it now.
Yeah,
I see it. I see it coming now.
The first thing that was said to me was, what you want to do? I said, well, I want to get, I want to put a 6.2 in here. And he's like, okay. I went with him, found a donor vehicle, it was an Escalade, a 2015, totally lost. So we got the engine transmission. I got that for a good deal at the time. Had the engine already built, ready to go. He taps me on my shoulder. I mean, literally taps me. Come here, I got to show you something. He just showed me. We walked in. He said, look, I got a dude. I know you deal with co-parts and whatnot. Shout out to co-parts. I know you deal with them and whatnot, but it's a place that's down in Florida. Cars going to co-parts. We can get it for a good deal. He said, because it was right after the hurricane that happened there. So what happened was the guy's tree fell on the garage and the tree fell on the back of the car. I could have fixed it and sold it and did whatever I want to do with it, but I wanted what was in it. So he said, man, I'm going to build it like this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'd rather you get this. Trust me on this. So I turned around, sold the engine and train I already had built, ready to go in, sold to one of his clients. He put in a 23 Street Rod. So it's in that. And the money I got from that, turned around and got that vehicle.
Damn.
And I still needed more money to it. Scott gave me a loan to go ahead and get the rest. And all the parts, I literally, when we pulled the engine out, somebody he knew had just hit a deer 2 weeks before. And they had the same car, same color, everything. They wanted that whole front end. So I sold the whole front end, the whole front clip, both fenders, the radiator. I sold basically everything to him, including the hood. Then another guy was like, well, I don't have that package, and I wanted that package, which was it was black and red in the inside. He said, I want it. He bought the steering wheel, the door panels, the glass.
Really?
Bro, he bought everything. He had some guys taking all that out. So all the money I was getting off of that, I was turning around getting parts, getting this, getting that. Everything Scott was saying, I was just saying, here go the money. I sold this. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. And he was just steady going to go get everything that was needed for that bill. And next thing I know, I was in a lot of money in. I was like, wow. But at the same time, because I sold the engine, sold this, and the money he loaned me, I was able to pay him back off.
Yeah, you balanced it out.
It ended up costing me $0 at the end of the day.
There you go.
So it worked. It worked out. And I've told the story. I know some of people, you told the story. I told the story. Yes, I have told it. But the thing about it is, when I wanted to get you on and you had the same thing already in your car, I was like, man, we definitely got to talk about that. And I know. Shout out to 261 over in the Q&A. Yes, we're gonna talk about his Mustang. He said, please don't leave without talking about his Mustang. Yes, we're gonna talk about that. Matter of fact, we're gonna talk about that now.
Okay.
So the Mustang. I want to say I do love the color combination. I do love the setup with it, but I definitely want you to talk about it.
All right. So the Mustang's a little bit, it's a really interesting story. And I say story, but it actually happened. So, I had the ZL1 on the channel. I was rocking and rolling with that. And I've always loved Mustangs. I mean, I'm a car enthusiast. So I have to, this is where the story starts. So Pony and Speed Addict were down in at Mustang Week last year. And as we all know, it got canceled because of the hurricane. Yeah. So they went live. They went live. And I'm sitting there shooting the shit. It's late at night. I'm watching their stream. And I said to him, I said, look, if they cancel Mustang Week, I will come out there. I threw it out there, right? I was just like, and we hadn't met each other yet.
Building.
So anyway, so they end up canceling Mustang Week. I end up buying a $500 airplane ticket to go fly out there and hang out with them at Stampede after the storm, right? So they're showing me, and I'd been around an S550. I seen them on Xander's channel. I seen them on Ken's channel, Pony's channel. I mean, I've seen them, right? But I never was in one, right? Because I saw one at a dealership, and I was like, man, you know what? It's too damn expensive. I'm not buying. I saw a 350R back when they had the additional dealer markup. So anyway, we go to Mustang Week or Stampede after the storm. I get to drive Ken's GT500, and we had a really cool conversation. He was fascinated about what I used to do in the Army, and I was fascinated with him as a mechanic working at Ford. You know what I mean? So, loved the car. Then Pony gave me a ride in his S550. Long before he started tearing it apart to make it I'm going to say a race car. He's getting all pissed off. It's a street car, but we all say he's building a race car. So, and he'll probably pop in. He goes, I have AC and I have a radio, yada, 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 right? So anyway, I text my wife and I said, look, I really think I want an S550. We were just about to pay off the ZL1. We were actually, I sold, I had 2 bikes I sold previous to that. I had a drag bike and I couldn't drag race anymore on a bike because of my health. And then I couldn't ride in my Dyna because, I just couldn't ride it. So I ended up selling it. So I, put down a big chunk of money and then we paid off the ZL1. So anyway, I did the fundraiser for 22kill.com. And I'd already had an idea I was going to buy a Mustang. I was actually talking to Ken, about a GT350 at his dealership where he works up in Tennessee. And I was looking at possibly doing a GT500. Yeah, AC, radio plus plates equals street car.
Mr. John, boy.
Hey, he must be one of those Pony 1992 fake accounts. That's something that Pony would say, right? But he is correct.
No, he's real cool.
No, okay. I'm just giving you a hard time, man. It's a big inside joke between Pony and Speed Addict and myself. So anyway, we're doing the fundraiser and I'm shooting the shit. And I told everybody, well, hey, if we can raise $1,000 tonight, I might buy a Mustang. I'm telling you, New York, people were throwing $100, $200, and they called my bullshit out. We ended up raising about $1,500 for this one charity alone in one night and an hour and a half live stream. This is before I was monetized. Granted, at the time, I was not monetized at the time. What exhaust would be best for a 97 Mustang? Man, I tell you what, pipes is a really popular and it's a very affordable for Mustangs. So if you've never looked up anything from pipes, go check them out. I got discount codes through Hellhorse Performance. You can use code Determined Veteran at checkout. It will save you some money at Hellhorse Performance. Go check them out. They got a lot of stuff for Mustangs. Anyway, enough with that stuff, right? So they called my bullshit out. We raised $1,500 for this charity, 22kill.com. So again, I already had an idea I was going to buy a Mustang. And so a local guy down here, cruise control, exactly, G-Funk. Cruise control, exactly. And anyway, street car, race car, what the fuck ever, right? So anyway, we with the help of the Determined Veteran Army, my community, this is before I was monetized. We raised that money in one night. So there was a local guy down here. He said, look, man, I've got a hookup at Jordan Ford. And there's a GT350R up there. Would you be interested in it? And I said, there's a bear shit in the woods. Fuck yeah, I would, right? And again, if I offend you with my language as a
no, this is 18 and up.
Okay, so good. I use fuck as an adjective most of the time, and every time I film with Ken, he has to bleep me out because he says I'll get demonetized on YouTube. So anyway, we get the hookup for it. I contact Xander 13, Alex. I said, Alex, would you like to come down and help me film and do a collab of me picking up this 350R? He's like, and he said the same thing. He's like, dude, I'm there. Right. So, so that's what ended up happening. We actually ended up picking up the car. It's stickered for about 75 grand. Oh, the camera fell that way. So we ended up, the car stickered for about 75 grand. I picked it up for 70 flat.
Oh, wow.
Then we went to Gavin's event. It's just a 6th event. It was Xander, myself, Stang Mode, Demonology, a whole bunch of people. Really cool. Demonology. I'm telling you, man, those two guys, man, they can do no wrong in my eyes, man. I've done a couple collabs with Stang Mode, and I've enjoyed, like, he's a really down to earth guy. Yeah. And so our tradition is we eat breakfast. So like when it was Xander, Stang Mode, and I the first time, we ate breakfast at Denny's. So I took him to the airport this last time at Herman's event, and we ended up eating at Denny's again. So big shout out to Stang Mode. But anyway,
I just said, who's Herman? Demonology, y'all.
That's Demonology. Yeah. I have a habit of, like, when I know someone's real name, I just use the government name. But I should know, as an MC guy, always use your road name. But anyway, so I get this Mustang. We're at Gavin's event. It's just a 6. Jeff from Hell Horse Performance comes up to me and he talks to me. He goes, hey, would you be interested in twin turboing the car? I saw the video of you and Xander. You said you wanted to do something special. And I said, well, I would if the price is right. We just left the conversation like that. And I went back and forth and did some videos where I said, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to build the ZL1. And at the time, like, my community, I had some people, some people are just haters. You know what I mean? Like, that's stupid. Don't do this. Don't do that. And I got to a point, I'm like, you know what? F that. I don't care about the damn views. I care about what I want to do with my car. So my wife kept getting on me because she was like, why do you want to go trade in the R and get a regular Mustang and then build it from there? Like, everyone doing, like, she goes, Xander has a regular GT Mustang. He did a twin turbo kit on it. What, are you going to do the same thing? And I said, well, I don't know. So anyway, my wife was actually the thing that told me to shit or get off the pot. She said, look, do you want a twin turbo your 350R? I said, yes, ma'am. She goes, go do it. If the price is right and everything else. So Hell Horse, yes. And my wife used to be a maintenance NCO, maintenance sergeant in the Army. So she's used to being around gearheads. So she unfortunately married a my wife and I met each other in Puerto Rico. And so, the joke around the family is she found the only redneck in Puerto Rico and then married him. So 8 years later, we're still together. So anyway, where was that in this? Okay, so wife tells me to do it. And now here we are doing, yes, shout out to Mrs. Determined Veteran, man. So,
yeah, I was hoping she popped through because when I'm on your live, I see every now and then pop through. I was hoping she popped through tonight.
I don't think she knows how to get to the stream.
On YouTube, on my channel.
So she actually was running to the store. I broke my iPad. I mean, I've had the same iPad for like 5 years, right? So I said, I got to have a new iPad because my iPad wouldn't charge. And I watch YouTube in the evening, catch up with everybody's videos. So anyway, now here we're in the position about to do a air-cooled 64, 67 comp twin turbos. I can't even say it right. Comp twin turbos on our GT350R. We're going to be the first boosted Mustang in South Texas, or boosted 350 or 350R in South Texas. So it's a lot of hype around here. I mean, so people that I didn't even know, they knew who the hell I was. I go to a car show. They're like, hey man, when are you boosting the R? And I'm like, how do you know? You're like, YouTube. So it's a very talked about thing. And I was, again, very impressed that Hell Horse got behind me. And one of the things why I'm able to get sponsorship, people would say, hey, you have a small channel. You're right under 3,000 subs. Well, it's because I take everything I make on YouTube, and at the end of the year, we donate back into veterans charity. So, again, my goal this year is $10,000 toward disabled veteran charities. There are a lot of people that will tell you some bullshit that they're actually doing it. They're making money off of it, where I do not. I've been very transparent with my audience. When we've done big donations, we've always clicked it in a video. So the proof is right there. I'm not shooting the shit. And as a veteran, as a retiree, I feel like it's an obligation to take care of my peer group because the VA is not the end all. I mean, we lose 22 veterans a day to suicide. But anyway, let's get back to the car. So, again, we're going to be the first boosted GT350R here in South Texas, and I'm really looking forward to it. The kit's going to be capable all the way up to 1,000 rear-wheel horsepower. So my stick car that's meant for the road course is going to be faster than my Camaro for now. For now. And as soon as all this crap ends with the whole invisible enemy, we'll go to It's Just a Six shop in Louisiana, see how he did his GT350. Now, again, he has a similar kit to mine, but him and Xander both have a liquid-cooled setup for their turbos. So mine are air-cooled. I am the first one. I am the first one.
I never really looked at Xander's setup. I kind of peeked around it. I was hoping he'd open up the hood so I can get a peek, but he never did open the hood, and I wasn't going to ask him.
So, you know, Xander's had a really, I'd say, an interesting path to get where he's at now. He's a great guy, though. But like I said, we are the first one on YouTube. You can fact check me, just like I did in my unboxing video, that I am the first one on YouTube to have this set up in their car. And it's exciting at the same time, but on the other end, you're always nervous because yes, I'm doing this for myself, but it's also a business venture, so that we can gain more followers, views, and give back toward those charities at the end of the year. And in return, we have sponsors like Hell Horse and P3 Gauges that get behind my channel and help me out doing the mission statement of what my channel is about.
Okay. So somebody asked me a question. I'm going to go ahead and answer for him. Shout out to Sick Whips in the building. Y'all, Sick Whips will be coming on the live soon. 2 people asked me, when is Sick Whips coming? You see him in here. He's coming soon. We're working on the time, working on the date. Somebody also asked me, I want to see the picture of the cars he's talking about. Okay, you want to see the picture? Boom. There they go right there. That's the one we're talking about. We're talking about that one right there. Hopefully you can see it. You hope you see the Mustang to the left. You see the ZL1 Camaro to the right. That's what we're talking about. And also somebody asked, what is in that box right there he's holding?
Those are my twin turbos. That was actually the thumbnail for my unboxing video that I did last week. And I'm about to put out content. It will come out tomorrow of what we're doing with the car right now. So we've already installed the MGW shifter, the Manic dual disc clutch. So I will be giving.
Don't tell everybody. Tomorrow, y'all check into his channel, y'all. The link will be right in my description. If any of my mods in here, please post the link up. But it will be in the description. Y'all can check it out because I do not want to get them surprised away because I want to be surprised myself when I see it tomorrow. Because I watch everybody's videos. Everybody knows I watch everybody's videos.
Yeah, before we went live, I just finished the edit on that video. So I'm really, and again, like I said, I mean, I try to put on the best content that I can, and I'm not perfect. But again, what I do with our money is what it is. I just saw a question. Everyone asked me this. Jack, do you like the Camaro or the Mustang better? Right? Here's my answer to that. I don't want to live in a world where I have to choose one or the other. I love them both for what they are. They're two different cars. I love having the manual, like just that ability to go play on the streets with it. But, you know, automatics are much better for drag racing. And again, we will be drag racing the GT350R. That will be coming very soon because I'm not going to build a stick car and not take it down the drag strip. That's just stupid. I'm going to drag race it. I may not be good at it because, you know, it takes some time to perfect that stick. But, you know, both cars, you know, if I had to choose one, I wouldn't tell you because I don't want to live in a world where I have to choose one. That's why I own both. But a lot of people, yeah, you're welcome, man. A lot of people ask that question, you know, like, because they're used to seeing, okay, you're a Ford guy, so you own Fords. Or they're used to, you're a GM guy, GMs. I am not a specific, yeah, right there. I am not a brand specific guy. Like, if I had a good deal on a Hellcat, I'd have a Hellcat in my garage, Challenger. You know, the goal one day is to have all three brands underneath one roof. My wife actually loves the Hellcat Challengers. And so my goal is to find like an older one that probably needs some, not total restoration, but we can do a whole engine swap out and go to a Elephant in it and a massive blower and keep up with demonology, you know, because The Soul Snatcher. Trust me, I have seen the Soul Snatcher in action, and I'm glad he didn't take my soul.
Well, for what he's doing now, and this is something me and Demonology talked about the other day when he wished me happy birthday. Shout out to Demonology.
Yeah, happy birthday. I didn't realize it was your birthday the other day.
Yeah, birthday yesterday. I had a birthday live. And for those that missed it, you can check it out. And I did drop a promo. Somebody said, dang, you dropped a promo. Yes, I dropped a promo during the live. It started out at the beginning and at the end. I dropped the promo. Sure did. Yes, I did.
How old are you now?
I am 38. I'm glad to tell my age. I'm 38. Love
really?
it. There's some people that haven't seen that age that I know personally haven't seen that age.
Exactly.
So for me, I'm glad to see it. But most people was like, oh man, you got to celebrate your birthday inside. No, I had a ball. For those that was in here that told me happy birthday, I was going to say for the announcement at the end, shout out to y'all that was rocking with me, that we had a great time in here for 2 hours.
That's awesome.
We had a great time in here. Hold on. I want to make sure he said that. Got to run, y'all. Great podcast, New York. Great job, DMV. Man, appreciate it. Appreciate you rolling through.
Absolutely.
Oh, somebody else rolled through. Mike Hall rolled through. Hi, guys. How you doing?
Mike Hall is one of those faithful, determined veteran soldiers right there, man. Doesn't miss one of my uploads or my live streams. Great guy. Has called me before. We've had a great conversation on the phone, and just a outstanding individual. Nice, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, Mike Hall.
All right. Hey, Mike Hall, I appreciate you coming through. Go ahead and smash that like. Go ahead and follow your boy because there's more of these coming. Because I'm bringing some folks on here. Boosted, I know he was in here. He's another one that's coming here soon.
Yeah, Boosted's a good guy. I look forward to meeting him.
Yes. And the craziest thing is, and I will share this because I'm going to wait till my announcements. Somebody actually approached me so many times, and I think I'm going to try to take them up on a deal if they're talking right. Somebody has approached me about, hey, New York, you was at the event in Dallas. You was the only one in that SUV. I said, no, I wasn't the only one. I said, my boy Steezo, shout out to Steezo. He was in his SUV. But no, it's about time for you to, to step onto a different world. I said, what you mean step to a different world? He sent me a picture, and I couldn't believe what he sent me. And I said, dang, that's a nice Challenger. He said, it's a Hellcat. He said, I have a Hellcat and a Scat Pack. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to get rid of. But this is what I want to do. Instead of getting rid of it, I want you to drive it around for your channel for a year. I'm like, what? He said, because I want you to be the one to buy it. He said, I know, because he said he knows me personally. He said, I know you got young kids, know you got this going, that going on, but I want you to get a feel of it, and then we work something out. I said, I said, okay, well, we'll talk about it. But then all this happened. He contacted me right when I left out, but then all this happened that's going on right now that kind of slowed things down. But I told him, that deal's still on the table. By that time, I'll come check you out, whatnot. He said, I'll leave everything in place, insurance in place, just drive it. He said, drive, because I wanted to go to somebody who's going to take care of it. He said, whether it's the Scat or the Hellcat.
And appreciate it.
Both black.
Yeah, and appreciate it.
Like I said, okay. Yes, KJ, yes. What is the word? That's what I said. What?
Yeah, KJ is another veteran. Big shout out to him. He's still active duty in the Navy. Big shout out to what he's doing right now for what we're going through right now. Big shout out to KJ.
And also, KJ, I know you're not doing your live, and I'm going to go ahead and announce it on there. KJ is actually getting ready to get deployed off for a while. So I'm going to make sure I keep bringing the content so he can watch it. New York in a Hellcat. Yeah, that would be funny, right? We in a Hellcat, all Scat Pack, that would be funny. But I will keep bringing this content, KJ, so you can keep watching it. And salute you, because I know you're going to be out there for a while. And I'm going to make sure I represent on this end. So when you sit and relax, you can kick back and watch the videos I put out, watch out the footage I put out, watch out the lives I put out, and hopefully did not disappoint you at all. So while you're there, you feel like you're at home.
Yep. Yeah, and like I said, when he deploys, he's on a big ship, and big shout out to all the people in the Navy, because I could not, I've been on board ship for different missions, but I could not live on one for months at a time. There's no freaking way. I'd rather be out in some fire base out in Afghanistan than live on a ship. So big shout out to all the sailors and the service members in the world right now, for sure.
Yes. Also, before I forget, I was going to wait to my announcement. I'm going to shout it out right now. Shout out to my boy. I'm going to just call him Jay. He don't want me to call his whole name. He is actually a nurse on the ship in LA where they have everything set up, working for this whole thing right now. He actually hit me up and said, yeah, New York, I was watching your podcast, and I didn't realize you had a podcast going. I'm tuned in. He said, when I'm not taking care of people here, we're tuned in. So shout out to you, and I appreciate you doing what you're doing. He actually hit me up to tell me happy birthday, and I was just, ecstatic to hear from him because I hadn't heard from him in years. because I know right now, let's see, he should be in now, I want to say about 22 years in now. He's trying to go 25 and retire or 30 and retire. He said, but I think I might do 25 and come out. So I definitely appreciate you and salute you for coming, for doing what you're doing. Also, Miss T Rose said, if you're not interested, give him my address. Well, Miss T Rose, the thing about it is he loves my channel, and he's really trying to make room in his garage for that C8 that he's trying to get. So he wants me to kind of just drive it around and, you know, put my stickers on to support my channel, go to these events I've been going to, and let people see, you know, me in a whole nother light besides just seducing a quarter or the Escalade on my Harley. So,
well, you know, I think T Rose would probably look better in it. I mean, I'm just saying, if you put T Rose and you next to each other, I'm gonna look at her more than I'm gonna look at you. I'm just saying, New York.
I mean, period. That's what anybody would do. Period. Anybody would definitely do that. Oh, there's a dude and there's a lady in it. Oh man. And shout out to my dude Racer X that was on here. He's coming back, y'all. Me and him had conversation the same thing. I said, man, Racer X, you know what? You want to really boost up your channel? Put your wife in it. Put Mrs. X in it, because people love to see her driving it, because people love to see her race. I put out the footage of her racing, and it got so many views that it wasn't funny. Between her SRT Bree, they got a lot of views. And I said, people love women in fast cars. That's just it. That's just it, period.
I just love women in general. I'm on my third marriage, and my first two marriages, I found out they do not like it if you have a girlfriend and you're married at the same time. They kind of frown upon that. So I have learned that the hard way. My first wife will definitely tell you that she is not a fan of Determined Veteran. She does not subscribe to Determined Veteran on YouTube. I guarantee you that. You know, I joke, I really do, but you know, I am a comedian at heart sometimes, but I tell it like it is, you know. So that is why my wife is Latina, and if I get twisted, she will stick me with something sharp. So it kind of, you know, the South abuse thing kind of helps you keep in line and keep your, you know, your little soldier in check. You know what I mean?
My dude Pippin said, I love this guy. Shout out to Pippin. Case of Bud Light on me.
Hey, Pippin TV, I will give you my address. I will hold you to that because I love Bud Light. All right. So I have a beer fridge out in the garage. Come over. You can see the cars. You can have one of the beers, and we can joke in person.
For y'all that don't know, that missed it yesterday, shout out to Pippin TV. He was my host yesterday, because normally I host my own show. But yesterday I sat back, he hosted it. Yeah, I did a little talk here and there, but he kept it going. And for people that don't know, yes, he is a stand-up comedian. And he has been.
So he's a comedian by trade then.
Yes, he's really a comedian by trade. He's been at the Laugh Factory. He's been in a handful of places doing stand-up, and he is funny. My ribs didn't stop hurting until this morning. He had me laughing so much yesterday. For those that missed it, y'all can catch it. It's on there, posted up. And also, like I said, my promo's on there as well. That's how it starts. He had me dying laughing. When I say dying, oh my God, this dude, he's hilarious. He's definitely hilarious. Somebody wanted to make sure I didn't miss this question. They sent me private as well in the Q&A. They said, for your Mustang, what aftermarket exhaust and headers did you go with?
I haven't gone with any of them. With the turbos, you can't use. They have their own specific headers because it's a bottom-mounted kit. And we'll be talking more about that as we build the car, so we'll walk people through it. But honestly, I don't plan on doing exhaust or anything on the Mustang. I don't want it to be loud. The Camaro, the ZL1, you heard it. It's loud. When it goes down the track, you hear, you know. With the Mustang, I want it to be more of a sleeper car. People would say,
"Oh, you have a building."
Yeah, Mission Flyer. Good to see him, man.
Well, so much Flyer in the building. Shout out to the Bod man in the building.
So I want the Mustang to be more of a sleeper car setup where it don't sound loud. People say, "Oh, it's just a 350," and when we go to race and they hear this and pew, that's when I want them to know, like, shit, he's got something. He's got sauce in that car. Because 350 stock are not very fast. They're a track car. They're not very fast. You know, they handle like a mug on the track. You know, they're probably the best handling car I've ever fucking been in. But as far as straight line power, the 350 does not. But when it had the twin turbo kit, it will. But that's what I'm saying. Like the whole manifold, like you replace the manifolds, you have the turbos that go underneath, and then goes into your pipe and your H pipe and all that stuff. But I'm sure eventually we will do different mods on it. And again, I'll get those through Hell Horse Performance. But right now, my focus is getting the car dialed in. Rob Shoemaker himself will be tuning that car through our Engage. Mm-hmm. So there'll be really good content come out on the channel. And again, our goal is to grow, and that's one of the things. But I want to have a fast stick car. I've always wanted to have a turbo stick car. And so I'm definitely getting close to that. What is my projected horsepower? So we're going to be using a booster pump for right now and running E85. So on wastegate pressure, we should be around 800, 850 on wastegate pressure. 10, 11 pounds will be
that light body.
Nine something. But mostly I'll probably, the car will probably live at 10 pounds of boost, and that'll be it. I say that for now. And then, in 6 months, I'll be like, let's do a fuel system. Let's do this. Let's make it 1,200 horsepower. Let's send the motor off to RPG and get Will to build it for us, So I don't know. You know what I mean? Again, this is my 4-month plan right now is to have the car built, race at Ford Takeover if it's still happening, and then be at Mustang Week this year and flex on the nation.
Okay. That's what it is. Matter of fact, somebody did ask me that. I'm sorry, I did miss your Q&A. I saw it sit up there. They heard you talk about Mustang Week. They were like, when is Mustang Week? When is it?
Well,
if it has not been canceled.
Well, when did I go last year? September? I want to say September. Somebody will probably correct me, man. But it was September. If it's still happening. They've already canceled Camaro Fest, which is happening in July.
Yeah. Speed Act 731 put it up there. September.
Yep. If it's still happening. Now, I just talked about Ford Takeover. Ford Takeover is scheduled right now in Jackson, Tennessee on June 6th. And there is a hotel link that Ken and them already set up. You can have a discount code on the hotel. It's going to be an awesome event. We'll be out there at the Jackson Drag Strip or whatever it's called. It's Ken and Caleb from Foxcast Media are putting all this together for Ford Takeover. So I hope that Ford Takeover doesn't get canceled. But I will say Camaro Fest has been canceled, which was a bummer because I was planning on going to Camaro Fest and flexing on them. What does the Mustang weigh? So about 2 months ago, I weighed the car stock with a half a tank of fuel. It weighed 3683. So it's a very light car, and we're on aftermarket rims. So I agree, Ken. People are canceling the events way too prematurely right now, but it is what it is. As it stands right now, my plan is to have that car built, dialed in, and ready for Ford Takeover to take some people to Applebee's. I want to give them like a sandwich, a drink, what I mean? Make them real comfortable and dust that ass. If this is still going on in July or September, something bad is something. Yeah. Oh, I can 100%. 100%. Right now, this whole crap is preventing my turbo build. And I'm a little frustrated. And I will be racing tomorrow night. But I'll be going to Viva La Mexico and dusting that ass or getting my ass dusted, one of the two.
Yeah. And somebody asked me earlier, yes, it put back my build as well. I did reveal that my build actually would have been done by my birthday yesterday. I would have did a whole reveal live of that with Scott as well on there, and y'all would have got a chance to see it, but everything got pushed all the way back. Even his client's work has gotten pushed back because oh my God, man, I don't even want to go so far into it. So now I don't even know when my stuff's going to get done because with him, I told him, I'm not in a rush. Go ahead and take care of your clients because they're the ones paying big money. Me, I'm just a local joker. We're trading work. I'm doing work for him. He's doing work for me.
Right.
And I'm helping him doing the install in it as well. So for me, I told him I could wait.
Yeah, and one of the things I was going to say that's kind of a damper for us YouTubers, because a lot of people are like, well, how does it affect YouTubers, right? So a lot of us have builds going on, right? That's part of our functions of our channel, our standard operating procedure. So when you have limitations and social distancing crowd, a lot of shops that are not essential are closing down. Now, thankfully, everything in the automotive is still running. However, I can't go film at shops like I used to. I can't go to them. I can't go to, I can't I'm not really, you know what I mean, because of how everything's set up. But the good thing is that like my guys at JMS Racing, they did some work on the car. They filmed it for me. It's been spliced into the video coming out tomorrow, and I definitely appreciate it. But everything, this affects, like a lot of people will live stream. When we live stream, people super chat us, right? I don't, super chats are a way of showing your appreciation to that content creator, because a lot of small channels like myself, we make the majority of money we make off YouTube comes from the super chats from our audience. Well, a lot of my community base have been laid off. They're oil field workers. They're not essential workers, and they've been laid off. I mean, hell, shout out to Stang Mode. He got laid off. You know what I mean? And he's got a wife, family, a regular job, and on YouTube stuff. So this is affecting a lot of people. That's why you don't see, like, for instance, you're not seeing me come out with content 2-3 times a week right now, because I just don't have it. I mean, I could do a video about my day watching YouTube. I don't think people would be very interested in that, but it is what it is. And that's the thing. I mean, this whole situation is affecting a lot of things, not just builds, YouTubers, but think of this real quick. 2 months ago, would you have considered someone that worked at a grocery store as an essential employee? Would you have? I wouldn't have. I would have never thought they would put someone that worked at a grocery store or a fast food restaurant, right? Everybody, big shout out to all the healthcare providers, our military servicemen and women around the world. But if you look at it, you have people working at fast food, restaurants, hotel accommodations, all these things that and I say we, maybe me, I took for granted in our life previous to all this crap. Now you're looking at these people thinking, I appreciate what you're doing, because it's crazy, because you never know who you're going to come in contact with, right? And the thing they said about this stuff, it can be passed if you're asymptomatic, which means you're not showing any symptoms. Because back, a month ago, I had to go to the hospital. I wasn't feeling very well. My wife got concerned, so we went down to the ER here at Fort Sam, so BAMC, and they ask you the screening questions. Who, have you been in contact with somebody? Yada yada yada, all this stuff, right? And the testing was not available. So if you think first, they determined I didn't have the COVID-19. I just had an upper respiratory infection. So with that being said, flash forward now, we have testings that can get done in 5 minutes, right? But you never know who you're going to be out in the public. So you got these grocery store workers, fast food, all the stuff I just listed, and even mechanics, But then you have people that, like I said, shout out to Stang Mode, who got laid off, who I think is selling his GT500 now because of it.
He already sold it, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
I think Silverback said he already sold it already.
Wow.
Yeah,
I saw where he posted a video about his thumbnail, and I haven't had a chance to watch it. But I heard through the rumor mill that he had put it like on eBay or something like that. So maybe somebody else has seen the video or whatever. Like I said, I haven't watched his channel in a couple of days.
I know I missed a handful of videos that I need to go back and watch. Sorry for everybody I missed it. It was my birthday. I missed a lot of videos that came out. A lot of Speed Addict said he hadn't sold it yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But with all the world situation, I think there's something else fishy going on here, something they're not telling us, something unrelated. The conspiracy theories are going to fly like hotcakes right now.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm not going to even get into because it's so much. I am going to say this, though. I don't know if anybody can see this. Shout out to the Gears Unlimited. That's who built my dry shaft, and that's also where my gears came from. They're a local company here, and I ended up going to a show a few months back that was here. Actually, it was the week before. Went to Dallas, and I was talking to the guy. I was like, "Yeah, y'all built my dry shaft." I said, "What?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Scott performed." "Oh, you know Scott?" I said, "The dry shaft y'all built, the one with the big U joints on it." I was like, "What is it going in a Mack truck?" And he told you, "No, it's going in a dunk on 26s." Well, Scott don't know what a dunk is, but it's not a dunk. He said, "Oh, that's your car." I said, "Yeah, it was going on my car." And the gears, and we maybe come back to you for them 411s to put in there. Oh. Well, hold up. And he gave me a shirt and a few other things and whatnot. And I always said I was going to shout him out on here. And I happened to run into one of the guys a few weeks ago, and I said, you know what? I was definitely going to shout them out and whatnot. So shout out to y'all, Gives Unlimited. You know, I will be back to get those other gives if I need to. We're gonna see. I think I'm gonna have to go get them. Keeping up with China. Hey, NYC. Hey, I appreciate you coming through. I see you. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for coming through.
I hope that everyone's having a good time with our conversation, because one thing I was concerned about, because I'm a little country as fuck myself, just like RJ and a lot of country boys in this audience, that I've been on podcasts before and I've been on other people's shows, but I'm as long as I've been doing YouTube, I'm always like, man, I hope people like had a good time with my conversation, because I hear myself talk every day and I don't think I'm that interesting, but some people think I'm entertaining and I appreciate it. But yeah, so happy to see you. Hey, there you go. See, you got, man, you got it going on, man.
Oh, can you please not send that private? Can you please send it on the regular? Oh, you can't. You're at work. Okay, never mind. Somebody said, I'm loving this. Said,
really?
Well, I ain't gonna tell you what she said. It's a lady that said this. She said, yes, I am a lady. She said, I'm loving this. I'm just basically put it this way. She said, I'm loving this, and if he wasn't married, I'd be loving it even more. So I'm just leaving it at that. I ain't gonna say everything else she said. This is not New York in Your City live podcast. Come hook up. This is not the place. This ain't it. But like Miss T Rose said, you're very interesting. I know Pimpin' love you to death, because Pimpin' TV already said, man, I gotta get it. I'm getting him a case. Next case on me.
Hey, so I will drink that case. And if you want to, bring 2 cases. Ask. I want Speed Addict. He can verify this, right? Because for the longest time, I do a live stream and I probably drink a 6-pack or more. But every time I'm with my buddies, it seems like we'll go live like Xander or Ken or whatever, and I'll just keep drinking, and everybody's like, oh man, how many's DB had tonight? I'm like, I don't know, I lost count, but I love drinking beer. It's one of my favorite pastimes. I'm country as country, I've been told, so be it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Shout out to I don't know if y'all can see it. Shout out Swamps and Stuff. That's my dude. Yes, this is his merch. Yes, he is country, but that's my dude right there.
There you go. Man, this guy has great energy. It's the Dr. Pepper and Bud Light. That's what it is.
Yeah, Silverback. You know, there's always somebody with a love connection, and I'm just like, oh boy. She said, okay. She said, I'm not trying to overstep my boundaries. She said, I just love them tall and country. Well, one thing I will say, you know what, Determined Veteran, I appreciate you for coming through. Y'all, I know I'm over my hour. Somebody said, "Dang, you over your hour?" Yes, I know I'm over my hour.
I thought we were gonna keep talking. I'm good. Like when I go live, you know, it's one of those things when you're by yourself, it's kind of hard to keep up. But if you got somebody to shoot the shit with, it's a lot easier to keep going. But yeah, you did tell me it would be an hour. But man, I appreciate you allowing me to come here on the podcast. I've really enjoyed, I've seen everyone's comments, and I really appreciate that. If you guys want to check me out on Determined Veteran on YouTube. Again, yes, people watch. That's what helps us get this money toward these charities. You can hit me up on Instagram at Determined_Veteran or on Facebook at Determined Veteran. So you'll see I'll post things before they even come out on YouTube, and it's just a way for us to all stay connected. Shout out to Pimpin' TV, because I'm going to be expecting that freaking case of beer. So I'm holding you to it, man.
Yeah, he's good for it.
There you go. But I appreciate you having me on today. It was an experience, and I had a really good time. Thank you so much, New York.
You're welcome. And you know what? This is not the first time. I mean, this is the first time, but it's not the last time you will be on. You'll be back again. Because for all my guests, they always know, I always leave the door for them to come back, especially after you get stuff built with your bill and I see what's going on. Because yes, I do watch the channel. I'm like, yo, I need you to come back on. We need to go talk about this. You know, we need to talk about what you're doing. How'd you do this? How'd you do that? So yeah, we definitely gonna do that.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much. And hey, Mrs. DV, you want to pop on to the podcast real quick? They were asking about you earlier. She said, "Oh gosh."
She said, "I don't have my hair done. I don't have no makeup on. I don't have nothing on."
Was that right here?
Just put that in.
Oh, hello.
You're getting in front of the camera.
Oh,
there she is. Hello. I am New York.
Hi, how are
New York City Live Podcast. Welcome in the building. I'm usually one of the ones that's commenting when you're on, when he's on live. And I say, "Oh, hey, First Lady, how you doing?" That's me. I'm always the one saying first person I call everybody's wife, first lady, because you're the first lady to him.
Oh yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I've heard you're from New York.
Originally from New York, born and raised. Yes, from the
Oh,
city.
awesome. Okay, I'm from New Jersey.
Oh, what part of Jersey?
Oh, South Jersey, by Atlantic City.
Okay, yeah. So you take the Garden Parkway all the way there. Yeah. I know. I know. Been there too many times. I know.
Oh, well, thank
But,
you very much.
and everybody was saying hello. Oh, wait a minute. Here goes somebody in. Sting Giant. Hello, Miss DV. Oh, somebody was watching the background and see. Shout out to you.
See it over here.
Oh, okay. Hi, everybody. I didn't even notice all that.
There's a lot of people.
Well, this is pretty cool.
It's a lot of people. There's about, well, it was more than this in here now. It's about 20 people in here now. There was a whole lot more in here. I know everybody's kind of dying off and whatnot, but it's okay. But once again, Term Veteran, want to thank you for coming through and whatnot. We'll definitely have you back on again. Oh, there you go.
Absolutely, man.
Want to thank you for coming through. Definitely gonna have you back on again. And yes, Miss DV may have to have you come on right along with him.
We can get that set up, man.
Definitely.
I'm sure people want to know. I'm sure people want to know why she chose to marry me, and when we can figure that out, because I've been wanting that for 8 years, but I'm not questioning it no more.
Okay, well, I'll question that next time you're on. I will keep note in my brain. I'm making notes right now, making the mental notes. Yes, we definitely would do that. But I definitely want to appreciate you coming on. Y'all have a good evening. Y'all definitely be safe over there.
You too, sir.
All right. Man, y'all definitely want to thank the Term Veteran for coming through, y'all. And also, y'all know I do have a few announcements. I was saving all my announcements to the end. Man, hopefully y'all love it live, because the thing about it is that dude, good dude. Like I said, I talked to him when I was in Dallas, and I said, yeah, man, I got to get you on. I know people are going to say, you talked to a lot of people while you in Dallas. Yes, I sure did. I talked to a lot of people while I was in Dallas. Okay, special announcements. I'm going to run through them real quick and whatnot. Hopefully, y'all, like I said, y'all had a good time. Y'all can still hear me and whatnot. Special announcements. Tomorrow's guest, same time, 7 p.m. Central. Well, usually we start about 7:05. I want to make sure everybody gets it out there and whatnot. Yeah, definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it, Rex, man. Appreciate it. Don't forget story time. You know I can't forget story time. I got to give Queen Bill's story. Great live show as always, Neil. Man, appreciate the Speed Addict. Matter of fact, we're going to talk about it, to bring you on here one of these days too. We're going to talk about it. But one thing I do want to say, tomorrow's guest, you definitely want to tune in. Fox Body Cam, appreciate it. Fox Body Cam, you definitely want to tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow's guest is no other than my dude Turbo TV. Yes, Turbo TV is tomorrow's guest. He will be in the building. We're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about the Audi and what had happened with it. For those that don't know, we're also going to talk about a couple other things he got going on. We're going to talk about the whole Dallas to Houston and all events, because man, I never put the face with the name until I went to Dallas. I've been hearing the name Turbo TV. I've been hearing it, and it wasn't until that Thursday I got there that I was like, oh, now I put the face with your Turbo TV. He was like, okay, and people was telling who I was and whatnot. So definitely gonna have him on. And hell yeah, in my Turbo voice, yeah, need to have that ad lib to put on here. So yes, he will definitely be on here. We're gonna talk about a lot of things. We're gonna talk about a lot of things he got going on. Yes, KJ. Yes. My guy, Turbo TV. Yes, I wanted to get him on so he can talk about a few things. And for my folks in here that's from, that's coming out of Texas and whatnot, y'all know who he is. For the folks that don't know, you will know by the end of the night. Real good dude. And I was like, man, I got a chance to chop it up with him that Thursday I got there. I literally drove 7 hours from here to there and chopped it up with him and whatnot during that night. Chopped it up with him that Friday and that Saturday. And I said, yeah, man, you one brother, I got to get on the show. We got to do some things to talk about, get you on. I want people to know who you are, because you're doing some great things. I love what you're doing. Y'all know my whole motto is to give their accolades, to give them their flowers and their props while they live in it, and they just do right then and there, and that's what I want to do. So I want to definitely get him in. So yes, KJ, you said you'll be in the building. I know you will be. Yes, Fox Body Cam. I know that's your homie. That's why I wanted to put it out there so you know that he will be on. And yes, it is going to be fun. It's going to be fun. He's going to be on. Some of the other special announcements. Somebody did hit me up. I don't know how credible this information is, but they saying Kun Ladi is moving around doing some great things. Those who know, Kun Ladi was in a bad car accident, and my praise go out to him and his family. He is doing well. He is healing and whatnot. So shout out to him. I tried to reach out to him today. He didn't hit me back and whatnot, but I will keep trying to reach out to him to get everybody updates. Shout out to my dude. I've known him a long, long time, and y'all know he has been on here already. And we did a whole interview and whatnot while he was on here, because people hadn't seen him in a while, and he's been out on that grind. So hopefully, once everything goes through, he heals up, he'll be back on here and we're going to do some talking and whatnot. But shout out to him and salute and prayers to him and getting all the way back to 110%, not 100, but 110%. Also, one of my other special announcements, I got to say this. I want to thank everybody that rocked with me yesterday for my birthday, everybody that was here. They got a chance to see, me in a whole different form. They got a chance to see hanging out. Shout out to Pimper for hosting the whole thing. I have to shout out to everybody that came on. T Rose, I know you one of them. This LXX, you came on. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to State of Steezo. Shout out to my dude Tanner from Beach. He rode through and hung out for a while. And shout out to everybody who also shouted me happy birthday. The list is long. I don't want to run through that whole list again. But shout out to y'all. And for those that missed it, yes, the live is still posted. You can go back and watch it. It started off with a promo that I put out that I worked hard on for about a week or two. I kind of diddle-daddled with it until I got it to my liking. And I still have some more stuff to add to it before I fully drop it out there. But definitely want to thank y'all for rocking with me during that time and showing you boys some love. Whew. Boy, that's a lot at one time. Yes, definitely. Yeah, definitely shout out to Kumada. That's my dude right there. I'm sad to hear about that car accident, but I'm glad that he's well and he's healing up. One of the other things I wanted to also announce, I know, like we were saying earlier, a lot of shows are canceled and whatnot. When I hear from the horse's mouth themselves, some people started asking me, about this show, that show? If I don't hear from that person, I do not know. I don't hear from the person that's hosting. As far as I know, for some of the shows, they're already coming out saying they canceled. When you see them, they are. There's a lot of them that are not canceled at all, so we will get a chance to see, what goes on. And yes, Pimpin, like Pimpin said, Grab City is 69 minutes long. Yes, that live is 2 hours long than did yesterday. Yes, it is. But it's fun. It's not one of those where you're like, oh, man, it's getting boring. Oh, I got to turn it. No, it's fun the whole time. It was a lot of great things that happened during that live. Okay, somebody asked about a story time. Oh, man, one of the greatest stories I guess I could tell, period, is, with everything that's going on, we do have to salute, our military that's out there doing some things and whatnot. A lot of people that's getting, basically getting put back on duty for those that weren't on duty. I actually had a friend of mine hit me up last week. He was like, man, they're trying to get me to come out of retirement. He actually just retired last year from the service for doing 30 years. And they actually hit him up about coming back in just in case some things don't go the way they're supposed to go. So, for those that are still in here, I know KJ is one of them, child determined veteran. And I know a bunch of other veterans that were in here, a bunch of people that are still active and whatnot. I will say this, I salute y'all and salute those that are still active. We love y'all out here. We thank y'all for what y'all doing. And, I support you to the fullest period of what you're doing, even though sometimes some people might think wrong. Some people might say, oh, I don't know why they doing this, why they doing that. And then you go ahead and come on out of there. Definitely want to, say thank y'all for serving our country and putting your life on the line and being away from your family that long to putting in the time that you put in. And also for those, we have support our veterans out here. I actually do, support our veterans out here. I actually do donations. I know Harley does a donation every year for the Wounded Project as well. I do put money toward that and donate as well. I've even donated doing their Toys for Tots. It was like, hey, bring in a toy, awesome donations, whatever they always doing, I always support, period. Because I think I know we should support all our veterans out here. Oh, man. Also, like I said, tomorrow's live is going to start 7 p.m., and whatnot. I expect for, everybody to come through and whatnot. I understand, with these troubling times, everybody's like wondering what their next move is going to be. I try to bring limelight, to everything that's going on, and also try to bring happiness and joy to everybody that's coming on, because we all going through it. We all going through some stuff right now where we having to change, because life is going to change, period. I'm going to say this for somebody who's lived through a lot that's went on, through death, and people, through a lot of death in the family, through death with friends, through 9/11, through hurricanes, through everything that's happened. And yes, I've even been in a situation where a tornado was going on. To me, to live through all that and live through situations in New York and other situations that I don't even want to talk about, but to live and see through a lot of that, and to still be here, to me, I'm thankful for it. So the C38, I was also thankful for it. Well, I see Tech for your needs. I see you in the building. So for me, I say this, And I always say this after everything, period. You know, after all my lives and everything, I always say the same thing. Be kind to one another, reach out to people you ain't reached out to for a while, because you never know what somebody's going through. Sometimes somebody just wants to hear a voice, period. They want to hear a voice, want to know that everybody is out there safe. And that's all they want to hear. They just want to hear a voice out there. They want to hear somebody out there, and that they care. And also, if you had a beef with somebody and, whether it's a family member or friend, life is too short. People are leaving here quick. They're leaving quick. I always said people was leaving here life for sure, but with this going on, they're leaving here quick. So definitely reach out to them, let them know you love them, and also let them know, you know what, that beef that we had, man, let's squash that. Let's find a way to squash that because life is short. Life is too short. And trust me, it is. Life is too short to be out here beefing with somebody for something that y'all can just, squash right then and there. But y'all, my time has really ran out, y'all. I want to thank y'all for coming through with your boy. Thank y'all for coming through, hanging with me and whatnot. And for those that were new here, welcome to New York in Your City Live podcast. Thank y'all for coming in the building. This is New York. I'm out, y'all. Y'all be safe out there. Peace.